Sounds like Dookie, doesn't it?
Well, that's a nice bit of Dookie, if it does sound like Dookie.
So there's just a buzz?
Yeah, but it's
I think
it's like
it's gone now.
Yeah, I can't hear it now.
It's gone now.
You lie to me. Why are you lying to me?
No, it's gone now.
Stop being paranoid.
You are so full of shit. The two of you are just trying to be like, let's go. And then...
No, it's gone now. I don't hear it anymore. I don't know what you did, but...
If I play this back and I hear the buzz, I'm going to lose my old man balls.
Oh,
you understand?
And they're so old.
Yeah, they're just nothing but sack. It's rupee, sad sack.
They have become pendulets. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I think.
It was like, girl, we're not going to talk about penis anymore. We're talking about pendulets. We're moving straight to the pendulets.
Yes. Well, good for him doing a bunch of blow and porn stars and living his life in Vegas over there. And then you got the other one who's quiet.
Oh, yeah, the quiet guy.
You talking about that black bear I sent? Oh, my God, that's great.
The black bear?
Oh, yeah, yeah. The cocaine bear?
Cocaine bear movie?
Oh, yes. Yes. The reference in which you sent me. The cocaine. Is that a real movie with Elizabeth Banks? No.
Yeah, I think it is.
Wait, Elizabeth Banks is in it?
Directed it.
Oh, directed it.
He's a big director now.
Huh. Oh, yeah. Well,
I've watched Cocaine Bear.
Let's look it up and see if it's a real thing. It's got to be.
They made Sharks in a Tornado or Sharks on a Plane or
there's
Sharks on a Plane.
Like
I'm pretty sure the original draft of Sharks on a Train was, of course, the great H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what if we changed it to Strangers?
Instead of Sharks.
And then we use a different screenwriter name. We'll just make one up.
It is up and coming. It's not out. It says February 2023, but it is real.
Hey, that's going up soon. We'll have to go see it.
The log line is, after a failed drug smuggling operation, a black bear ingests a large amount of cocaine and goes on a drug-fueled rampage. This is all I wanted. I wanted sex romp, so I'm hoping that there's something there. Goldilocks, not my house today, bitch. That's what I want.
Was it because of the cocaine that you were like, there's going to be sex? It's going to be
Yeah,
sex.
right? Like that one part of, what's that Jason Statham where he has like...
Oh, Crank?
Crank! And he's fucking Amy Smart, like in front of the kids. Talking about that's what I want the bear to do. You know?
The lights just flicker. Did you see the flicker?
Oh, my mind was inside of Crank the movie.
I was I was listening. It's just everything just flashed, unless this was one of these UFO moments.
Could have been.
I was taken and now I've been returned.
There
How
is
does your asshole
brush
feel?
fires near you.
It feels not great, but that's kind of a status woes. You know what I mean?
Do you have a metallic taste in your tongue?
Yes. I always taste pennies with my.
Oh.
Pain is always shooting from my one arm.
Yeah, bitter,
the left
bitter almonds.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the fancy word for that? Back and forth. I don't know. If you were
to and fro,
pendulets.
It's yes. A Hazy Fox would know. When you go back and forth, the politicians.
Ebb and flow.
Oh, you mean waffle? Like waffling?
Sure, that's not it. But there's a word that means to go back and forth. Yeah, but the waffle's good.
Yeah, waffles.
There's another. I'm glad we're talking about a word that I can't recall.
I do like waffles.
You know what? Waffles, I gotta tell you. I just had chicken. You know, I was running around and my phone died. My phone died while uploading the TikTok. Some made it, some did not. So there's that.
We'll see.
And I need to get off, first of all. But the waffle. So I got chicken. I got the chicken at the supermarket. Came out fresh. That's Saturday morning chicken.
Oh.
Because I was like, so I mean, it's 1:42 at the moment. But
that's a Christmas.
So it was lunch chicken, but it was good because it was like weekend fresh chicken.
Yeah.
And then I shoved some in, and then got a little.
We changed the oil today. The good shit.
No, I got the roasted ones, but they do have
Oh, okay. You got a little pigeon on the stick. Oh. Someone came in thirsty today.
Oh, let me tell you what. Just I will be found dead on underneath a bar stool. I'll look like an old Chicago gangster getting shot. There's drool, blood, urine.
All of the liquids.
So, fella, what happened this week? I don't really follow the news. The Queen's still the Queen's still dead.
Yep, that's still happening.
What else is going on? You got come on, we're young.
Puerto Rico, right? So the hurricane. They
Yes.
still need FEMA money.
Yes, DJ Hurricane was down there. I heard he did a great job. He apparently tore down the house, ripped off the roof.
Yeah, he tore the
Too
roof
soon.
off that sucker.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon.
You know, the crazy thing is that Puerto Rico cannot become a state because they owe like back taxes that they can never repay.
Is that the reason?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, so they'll just be in a commonwealth forever.
so they don't make enough money to become a state, is what that means. Would that be the correct?
We might as well make them a state, right? Just put them in there. I know that.
But then you got to
change
do
the
a new flag.
Yeah, you got
And
to change the
then
flag.
everyone's going to be online bitching about the flag. And then it's like, oh,
liked
why
it
didn't
when
we
it
have
was
this
50
autistic
stars.
kid with no eyes and no legs painted with his teeth? And it'll be our new currency that is digital. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Also,
Our currency's cool now.
yeah, everything you'll be paying with. Just put your eye up to the venti. If you want a venti cappuccino, you go venti. I don't know.
Well, they redid
so
West Side
complicated.
Story this year, and
And bombed.
Both of the actresses that played the same character won Latina Oscars, right? Supporting actress. But I wonder when they remake it with America being so racist, a song by Leonard Bernstein. I just wonder how they're able to, with the cancel and culture, able to redo it that type of music. But I know it's
Tricky.
controversial. Sure.
Is that the one with the rocket in your pocket?
That just sounds like a good time.
Big
Romeo
cool
and
boy?
Juliet's the one where you like the teenage people bang and you get to like think about it for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You'll be dead soon."
Is that what that's about?
I love a movie where it's historical, where we know the ending. Like Titanic, we knew someone was dying. We didn't know we were gonna have that.
First of all, we all know that Juliet was quite fat. So the real hero of the story was the carpenter who made that balcony in Verona. All right, he did a great job. It was like Leonardo. He was from City Vinci or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
he
you
was
know where he's
struggling
from.
artist. I was like, "You'll never be nothing, Leo. You'll never be nothing." And I don't know whatever happened to him.
Hey, lost
Yeah,
to history.
Mona Lisa.
So okay, so that's that update. Back to the waffles. That chicken was good. So what else is happening in the world? There's got to be. We should know. Just go on to someone. Go on to Yahoo. Just look up Yahoo. We need to know.
There was an LA rapper that died. He was talking that week about like never being robbed, and then he was shot in South LA in the robbery, and he died.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So it's been in the news. I don't know his name.
There needs to be 15 minutes a week of pre-production. Like 'cause
Yes.
that's really all this needs is just to have those. I should know. I don't watch the news. I get my information
From TikTok stories?
I got to get rid of TikTok.
It's awful,
too-
right?
Well, it's become like a cigarette. If I can't sleep,
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting on TikTok. If I can't do this,
Yeah,
I'm putting
see,
on-
it was related. PNB Rock, rapper shot dead in LA Waffle House and suspected robbery. See, it all came full circle.
Dang. how'd
PNB
you do it?
Rock was
that
the
was
rapper.
incredible. I'm going to give it to you. That was.
We don't
great.
need pre-production anymore.
We don't need it. It's done. Are white people allowed
Yeah.
at Roscoe's, or is that?
There's a new Roscoe's right down the street from the old Roscoe's,
Yeah.
also on La Brea.
Well, they're going to get rid of the other one.
Oh, well, they should. That's a dump.
That was I mean,
Has it got a C rating?
it is.
Yeah.
Though, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty.
Well, I mean, they have those seats where it's like kind of the cushions coming out, the holes,
Yeah, the
like the
spring.
old diner shit.
I
Yeah.
still have a scar in my left cheek from the
The
spring shooting
stitches.
through.
Yeah.
Roscoe's. Now waffles. What do you think of? Now, we already talked about it? See, we had nothing. We were talking about it. Let's just. Who cares? God damn.
Well,
Somebody think of
Roscoe's-
something to talk about.
No, Roscoe's used to be like the black epicenter of gossip and information. That was the place that told us Mariah Carey was black. in the 90s before people knew. I'm telling you, that used to be where you got your shit. I also love going to all these old places. Like they got rid of Smitty's, now it's something else burning. And I love how like black people when they create stuff, it's like that's my mama. They just print their own sign. You know what I mean?
Right. And they always paint the place themselves with colors.
Like,
with the colors at Tuesday mornings at Home Depot. All the paint goes on clearance.
Yes.
Right. So that's a little tip. I think it's Tuesdays.
That's
you can
good.
pick. You can pick up the leave behinds for like 80-90% off the paint.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're opening a business, go down there.
Yeah,
Hey, what's
my
the name of
dad.
this show that we're on?
What'd you say? Shelly Groin?
Yeah, what's up? What's up with Shelly's groin? No, what show are we on right now?
90.
Oh, dang. I meant, like, what's the name of this show?
Irrelevant.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Russian, they got the draft. So,
This has been
Oh, the
another
Russians doing a
episode.
draft now?
yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
the only draft he knows is Coors
funny.
Light, baby.
So apparently, the people that were in the age group, males, 18 to 65 or whatever he's pulling into it,
The big pool.
they're all trying to fly out of Russia. Like, we're out of here. It's not popular.
interesting. Now, I kind of meant more like
fun news?
news on The View, something that Meredith Vieira could discuss and feel like they're giving points.
Like if Elton John was awarded a medal by Joe Biden for his work to end AIDS. Is that what you mean?
That is what I mean.
You
know
can't
what?
end AIDS. You can only beat it back, but it never ends.
Well, you could if you just killed all the people who had it now, and that monkey, right?
Well, he's still alive, that monkey. He's
That
still
monkey
out
has
there.
never been healthier. It's only growing stronger. As he grows, it's like a pyramid scheme. As they grow out, he gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, the Magic Johnson of monkeys. It never dies. Strong, jailhouse, lifting weights.
Mm-hmm.
But syphilis was from goats or sheep or something.
It was?
Someone is always fucking someone. COVID came from what? The pangolins, bat fucking.
It came from a Chinese guy eating a bat. Or is that Ozzy Osbourne?
He was blowing a bat. I thought
He was filleting.
Yeah.
He was filleting the great mammal with wings.
It's like I can't wait to suck the
We got news. We got news.
This is news. What else we got? Let's do it.
Oh, well, there are new movies out. Isn't like The Woman King out? I heard it was amazing. Very excited.
Oh, but I heard it was bad because they make her to be a hero, but her people were the ones that sold the black people to the white people.
Well, somebody's got to do something. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. We
Someone's
need
gotta make
more
some money
small
somehow.
black businesses, right?
Right. I mean, if that's all you got, then you gotta sell what
This
you got.
episode brought to you by American Express Black.
You know, I was talking to my mom about this. She said that one of the descendants of that tribe is now like a Harvard or Princeton professor. Cool. So they asked them, they're like, well, your family sold people into slavery. Do they need to pay reparations? Now, first of all, you cannot answer for what happened hundreds of years ago. You don't know definitively what happened. And the moot point of it is that we can't afford to pay back reparations. They just ain't got it. They just ain't got it.
Right. What is it? So if everyone got equal amount, everyone would still be poor, right?
Well, it's like
The
COVID.
math?
It's like COVID stimulus. Like you're not going to be able to put enough money out there to inflate it to today's numbers.
Do you
and
think
pay back.
COVID was real, or do you think it was more big pharma? So do you think COVID was manufactured in a lab? That's what our Timmy P thinks. That it
Oh,
was,
yeah?
that it was a
Like a
basically
bio
perhaps an
warfare gone
economic
wrong?
decision, right?
Huh.
You go and close it down, you squeeze it out, you dip, you raise the rates, you lower the rates. Rates.
Yeah, I know about race.
I mean, we do make those types of manipulations in times of war. Certain like iron and steel and stuff go up. They do fluctuate markets by certain things. I think it could have been definitely something natural that got souped up in a laboratory and then released, and nobody wants to claim credit for fucking the shit up.
So like a early 90s movie with Denise Richards where she's just like, oh, hey, hot scientist. And then her large natural breasts knock over a beaker onto the floor. Next thing you know,
Oops.
Everyone's got COVID.
Yeah, but who would play it? Now, what do you think about the people playing the other people, the white people playing not white people?
Oh, you
thing,
mean
right?
like,
So, like
in movies?
like Johnny Depp playing a native person, of an indigenous Indian person?
Well, the thing is that in that movie, the white person
all
was
seem wrong.
also black. The white person has been whitewashed. The Lone Ranger, if you're talking about that movie, Lone Ranger was black. He was a black person who lived with Indians. That's how he had this Indian friend. So now he's already been whitewashed. So Johnny Depp playing the Native American is
no big deal. So you're saying whitewashing is just be cool with it, just give up. Just like, let us give us a break for once. Let us whitewash some history.
Well, what's her name? What's her name from Cruella? What's that girl, the actress name?
Meryl Streep?
No, the new Cruella.
Yes.
Emma Stone, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Emma Stone was in a movie a couple years ago where she was playing a native Hawaiian. She was like a quarter Asian. She got her ass handed to her.
I remember that, yeah.
And people were like, fuck no. So they do have problems. But
have you guys seen Hamilton?
Nope. But
in reverse is cool. So that's being inclusive. Now everything's become United Colors of Benetton. Like you can't.
I want to see the Italian roots.
Like a reverse.
Hey, get me out of these chains already. I got a pizza to make.
Well, you know, within the comedy world, like a black person can make fun of a white person's voice all the time. No one's going to say you're canceled. But a white person can't make fun of a black person's voice.
But I do have. I like to do my red fox.
Yeah, oh boy.
You know this thing, the big. No, that seemed a little Hillary. That was the big one's coming, Elizabeth.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, speaking of Elizabeth, the aunt with the crazy eye. When you see young pictures of her, she was a model. She was hot.
Hurley?
And Esther or whatever.
Oh.
What's wrong with her now? Just have a couple beers and be like, hey, heard you were a princess, baby.
But yeah, originally that was supposed to be a white cat. They changed it. Oh man, I love me some Sanford and Son. You can't remake stuff like that. It's just like
or Archie Bunker. What was it? All
God, no.
Archie.
Sammy Davis Jr.
There were so many spin-offs from that. Oh man, Archie.
Rob Reiner's Wait.
I remember that.
Sally Struthers, wasn't she always helping poor kids or animals? Or
she was the woman who put on a tremendous amount of weight. She's on the Brian Sturges program. Who was then like, please give just 10 cents. Look at these look at these African kids with flies and shit all over the place. And she's like,
I remember the Ethiopian.
If you could just give 10 cents, it's like, damn, just you. If you single-handedly.
I'll just cut back a little bit.
If you just sent them the food you were eating.
Now, the fucked up shit is the movie, what's his name? Sidney Poitier one for Lilies of the Field. It's like one of those movies he was in where they're like in Africa and basically there's a scene where like the native Africans, like the nuns come in and they're like, this is how you wash a baby or whatever. They're like, yeah, you can't do that. Like now you couldn't make a movie where it's like, you can't come in as a white person and tell black people like what to do. Like,
oh, like
this is how you clean. Okay. Yeah. You want to get the water hot now, not too hot. Well, because maybe they think water is like a new thing to the Africans.
Well, you know, Africa's still crazy. Like, you got to go out with the jug and shit. They don't have infrastructure with pipes everywhere yet.
So who's making all that jug money? That's what I want to know, right? Rick's cousin's over there. So.
Set them titties free.
Hey, actually, Rafiq's over there in Morocco right now.
Oh, yeah?
Casablanca.
Not being put on a,
You must remember this.
My brother went to the Peace Corps in Morocco.
I didn't know the Peace Corps actually did things. I thought they just...
They go teach or something, right?
I think, I'm not sure what he was doing, building something maybe. But they sacrificed goats over there. Like they...
Oh.
But then they eat the goat.
Well, then they eat it.
So it's like the sacrifice
I guess it's not really a sacrifice.
Is production, right?
Yeah.
It's show. Because if you're just killing goats and you're eating the goat the same night, well, then you can do a bunch of...
You can do some wild
very respectful religious things. And
that's true.
Yeah. Well, it's like you cook the baby goat and the mother's milk, and then it's like a full circle.
Yeah,
Wait, is that a thing?
That's what I do. In fact, I've decided to go on 23andMe. No, what is it? Afraid and Naked. Naked and Afraid. Alone. Yeah. I want to go on a show where they just drop me off naked in the Alaska wilderness with nothing.
Naked and ashamed.
With nothing. I want nothing. I don't even want a camera crew, but I want it filmed. So you got to do it's all drone shots.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think you'll do first? Well, it's getting dark, so I might fuck this tree. Like, whoa, shit, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, you don't want to
cameras
expend those
have night vision.
calories.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want you to watch. Leave the camera on. Look me in the eye. It's like, oh,
The
God.
muddy elm won that day, my friend.
Naked in the shade. Talk about a
Sometimes I
woodpecker.
just think about just Sylvia Plathing it, whatever, just going to the woods.
Oh, just looking for
but you know, I
nothing,
mean, I just
stick your
too much
head in.
water. Yeah. Just, you know, just have that quiet time.
Yeah. You can't do shit like that anymore, like Walter Pond or fucking Hemingway, like just hemming it up in the woods. It's like a one person just alone.
See, that was a man who knew when it was like Hemingway was a man who knew when to exit. When he knew when stage time was up. Wrap it up. He dropped a couple social medias. He said, "Follow us at Mr. Brian." This is another episode. I forgot all about this and Unnecessary talking Brian Sturges. I completely forgot. No
I
one
was
said
trying to
anything.
remind you. I was trying to remind you. That's why I kept saying, "What show is this?" When I was like, "What show is this? What show?"
He was pulling it out of you. What show is this? He said, "It doesn't matter." But again, he was feeding it to you.
And now.
Perfect.
It's okay. I've seen those episodes of Law and Order or whatever, where it's like, or other shows where the intro is like way into it.
Yeah, then you get the
that's what
Yeah, yeah.
And how did Hollywood Hollywood let you get away with a name like Dick Wolf? That's why don't send your kids out here. Okay? They're literally wolves running the studios. He had Law and Order Manhattan Beach, where it was pretty much just kind of misdemeanor cannabis crimes.
Yeah.
Do you think I stole my skateboard? That's my surfer. Do you like it?
Yeah.
There's no rants today. There's no like 5-minute rants or something that's up your craw.
You got any sand in your craw?
But I got one.
Oh,
I think you guys can relate to.
Oh no. Okay.
I've been having some public relations issues. When I say issues,
PR.
you gotta
Oh,
pay.
you got caught jerking off in the park again?
Trying to have relations in public.
I wouldn't call it an issue. I would call that poor judgment. But no, with PR,
PJ.
my gripe is that you pay up front, but they never really tie anything to tangible deliverables. So in the end of whatever you pay, whether they deliver or not, they think that they've done a good job. And my thoughts are,
You have not.
you've done nothing. It's like if you sent it out there, but it was ineffective, then you shouldn't get paid for anything. And a lot of times that happens to me with PR.
You're
with
looking
other
for an
stuff too.
attorney.
Or you'll show up to a venue and they're like, well, we're going to split everything 50-50. But really, you want me to do 90% of the effort and work and investment. You want to bring maybe 10, if anything. So as a musician, you'll go to a venue and they're like, hey, well, did you bring people? I'm like, did the bartender bring somebody? Did the bartender practice his mixology for 3 hours with a band that he had to pay for? But you want me to do everything and promote it on social media and invest in the ads. And you want to do jack shit and you think cutting the lights on is doing me a goddamn thing. Which is not. So it's like, there needs to be an equitable, if I'm going to bring 50, then you bring 50. And if you didn't bring 50, then you don't get to complain about not only the 50 you didn't bring, but, now you want my 90% to become 100%. So with PR right now, I'm in this middle thing where it's like I paid a bunch for the book PR, waiting for the person to get back to me. They did a great BBC thing, amazing. But it's like it comes to like, in the service, do you want to leave a review?
OnlyFans? You're doing BBC?
BBC with BBGE. Gotta have that big black dick energy, baby. Pop, pop. But seriously, though. So I gotta leave a review. I'm like, hey, I don't want to leave a negative review. But let's say I paid $4,000 and you got me one thing. I could have paid them to do this for that than having you do this for me. So I have had the same struggles with music PR.
That's the problem with again, this is the enjoy your life in Iowa, because this is the real shit. Because everyone's trying to get this town. It's so full of make believe, but it's almost impossible to hire somebody unless you know they're performing, right? But then the people performing, because there's a town is full of people, are so expensive. It's almost someone like me. It's like a barrier to entry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're making a couple $1 million, then the clients. So until you've reached a certain level, right? Your what would you call it? Sphere of influence, your circle of people are usually at that same level. And as you move up and move down, right? You make more money, you get a better lawyer, you get a better accountant, you go on, whatever. But with PR, there's nothing, there's no, it's not an item. There's no, we're going to do this, but then.
Aren't there like campaigns?
But it's like you should do it until it was successful. So if you pay for the month, like they moved on to some other sucker for the 1,000 for the month, but then your shit is not done. Then they want you to leave a glowing review. I had one PR person who knew he didn't do shit, and then he was like, "Well, I'll just keep working on it for free." I was like, "But you're not working on it for free. I paid you, and you were ineffective. Now you have to work longer, but that's not my fault." And then at the end, he was sending me all these people. All these people like were calling me as a reference for him, and I was like bullshitting that he was good, but he sucked. Then I never heard from him again. It's never like, "Hey, thank you for your business. This is what I can do for you," whatever. So
yeah, people are fucking bums in this town, and that's why most of you, you live on your ex roommate and your ex boyfriend's roommate's couch. There, all right?
Yeah, it's like as a musician, you're not gonna go like if you do comedy and you got 5 minutes, you show up, you do your 5 minutes, good, bad, whatever. You delivered your service. And I know you've done it. Okay? When I go and do a show for 3 hours or whatever, it's like I showed up, I played. It's all good, right? With them, it's like, I sent some emails, nobody got back to me, and the end. It's like, and so what are you gonna do about it? Like, what's your follow-up strategy? Like, there's no hustlers. Everybody's using like what they've done for the last 20 years that's no longer working because shit has changed, and they're still absorbing money like they're effective like they were, and they're not getting results, and they don't tie anything to results.
That's what I didn't do with the Wall of Flesh. Was by the time it came out, I was pretty lean on money. I was a lot of unnecessary bullshit. And then hiring a PR person, it was like I didn't know anybody, so I tried to look, and I was like, I just kept as a scumbag. I could tell other scumbags, right? So, I could tell that this person is just taking the money and leaving, and then. Yeah. Some of them don't even have offices. Like, let's go meet in a park. It's like, dude, I'm not meeting you in a park. I want you to show me, at least get one of those hourly rental places. But I'm not meeting you at a Starbucks to talk business. What are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to just meet somebody at your office? Your office is public. You got your office on your website. I'll show up anytime I want with huevos rancheros, and we will sit down and we will work out the Livonia project. That's a very local joke. La Bayona. It's a Culver City joke. If you're in Iowa, you won't understand. And if you're 18 to 24, I can see why you're not watching, because the references I'm making are for people that are dead.
Yeah.
That are no longer.
We've been hitting some old ones.
Yeah.
They're old for us.
I just like to lay back and masturbate to my Woody Woodbury albums on the record.
That's something I'd watch.
Yeah, but remember that time you sent me to this PR company?
Oh, yeah.
And I showed up, and it was not a PR company. And they were... They were like, "Oh, we have a team of people, blah, 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 bullshit." Well, I got there. It was not it was a boutique. It was a clothing... There were a bunch of mannequins. It was like I don't know what it was.
I do love mannequins.
I walked in. There were a bunch of mannequins and people sewing shit on mannequins. It looked like fit 'em. I don't know what it was going on.
They weren't even dressed.
And then I had to go through basically this fashion sweatshop to the very end, in which the guy had an office, which was so thin that he had a desk that couldn't go this way. So it had to go this way, sort of thing. And he was sitting. And he's talking to me, and I'm asking him about his experience. And again, it's the problem with the hyper-awareness and doing high-level things as I do, is I can see a scumbag. Now, I've gotten screwed. I've been taken advantage of. I've made dumb financial decisions. But I'm saying, in this particular case, I was like, oh, this guy's bullshitting me, right out of the gate, and I'd ask him normal business questions like, "What was the last project you worked on, and where can I see what work you've done on that?" But it's a fucking mystery, right? he couldn't think of what the last project he worked on was, so I was just like, "Well, that's not a good sign because you're probably not that busy to not be able to name a single project you've worked on." Then I'm waiting, and he's stalling me with these. I'm asking him questions, but he's like stalling. And then the other guy comes in, and he's the money guy, and he's like, "Hey, nice to meet all of you." So they hadn't even met. So the new guy didn't even realize to keep his mouth shut that these two people were meeting because you're doing this, but he's obviously doing the money aspect of it, and you are just meeting for the first time, and you're a business that represents me, but you're meeting your bank, right? So I just sat there and I made said a stoner joke, and I just said, "I think we're done here," and I was up and out of that room within 10 minutes. It was an absolute shit show, and thank you for that, Cliff Beach the Third.
Yeah, and I've spent more money there, and it's questionable the return on that too. But that's the thing, is that you rely on the information you get from other people. You're like, okay, let's take a chance. Not a huge amount of money. Let's see what happens.
You gotta get it from people that have already success. That's like, how do you get in the movies? You got to be in movies already, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Like, if you're going to be a PR person, I want to see what you've done. And what happens is these people who start businesses, I've dated them, right? They're CEOs of fucking Nothing Incorporated. Right?
Oh, I've worked with them.
Yeah.
Nothing Incorporated.
Right.
At least it's incorporated.
Delusional lack of self-awareness, Inc. or whatever.
Yeah.
So what was the point? Blah, blah, blah.
Anyone can put the Inc. or TM, whether they register or not.
Are you with the state of California? That's what I want to see. If I go on the state of California, I look up your business. Am I going to see it on there? Because if I don't, I'm on the state.
I'm not.
Yeah, because exactly. Because you're the largest. Well,
you guys.
I respect you enough to not say you, but they know. They know. You think you're off the grid, motherfucker, but they know. But the PR thing, it's bullshit. It's such a scam because you don't because it's not something for something. It's something for maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I go to Home Depot. I say, I give you this cotton with ink on it, and you give me this hammer, right? And then that's the trade, and then we're done. But now it's like, hey, well, we'll be able to get views and clicking things, and then they do scumbaggy shit. But I do feel like I didn't actually do a PR run for the movie, because when the movie was out, I was like, I mean, it's not, you know, kind of.
Because making the thing is hard enough. Then you got to do this whole extra shit. That you're just like, as the artist, like, why? Why can't I give it to someone else and they handle this?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And that's the problem of being, let's say middle tier, as gentlemen, middle tier, middle income problems, you know. But seriously, so I can't find if I could find a PR, if I could find a real advertising, because the movie's already done, right? So the money to make the project is done. But how much additional funds do you want to spend advertising something?
Well, the thing is that you couldn't do PR because of the way PR cycle works. Like, once something is out and timestamped and dated, you won't be able to do like a PR campaign. But what you can do, definitely get into like social media advertising, finding basically lookalike audiences for the people who like your kind of content.
Hey, White Banana, I knew how to do some of this stuff. Learn how to do this. Get it done. All right.
We'll do offline.
And we got all these clips. You might as well stick them on Instagram Reels, and you got to stick them on YouTube. And you might be. And I don't know if it's on YouTube. I might need to give you. You might have already asked me for that information. I didn't even give it to you, but remind me again. I'm going to give it to you. Yeah. But it's like I got the project. The product is done. It's like sitting in a warehouse and you got the product, but how do you Shark Tank? How do you market this out to make money? And you don't.
Well, how do we set up PR and cheat people out their money? Because it sounds like we could do this easy.
I don't know. So do you? I kind of want to stop doing these episodes and just pocket the money and then go to sleep for like a year, and just wake up and just hope everything's better.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You're in
We're
charge.
at 90, so I
gotta
don't know.
go to at least 100 and then take a break.
I'm going to reformat.
We finish this. That's it.
I'm gonna get rid of everyone else. It's just gonna be me.
I'm just going to get a GoPro camera and I'm going to talk. And I'm not even going to put it out. I'm not even put it out. I'm just going to record it like a psychopath.
Yeah.
And put it on an old tape, and I put it in the shelf like a crazy serial killer character. So my entire wall. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was that movie there, The Fisher King. When he had all his walls were all his episodes and cassette tapes following.
Oh yeah.
I hope someone put those onto digital for him. I don't know whatever happened to the Fisher Kings.
Well,
There wasn't a Fisher King.
There's a
too.
service.
well, usually not. No, I did start watching the Dahmer on Netflix. Have you guys seen it? I
started it with the baby. I had the baby in my lap, and the preview started playing. Yes, it does. And I was just watching it, and the lady came downstairs, and she was like, "What are you doing?"
Not my baby.
That's the guy. He's such a great actor there.
So good.
No,
From
not
American
him.
Horror Story.
I don't know who the Dahmer is.
Oh,
But the guy who is playing his dad is one of the greatest character actors
Oh yeah.
of all time. He's been in so many movies. Could you look him up? He was. I think he was in like. Was he an Elf? He's been in Big After Reading.
Was he that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
well, the crazy thing about the movie.
Just look
when
up
I was
Dahmer, I
watching
guess.
it, I was watching it, and the crazy thing is that I think people watch it and disassociate that like this really happened. Like this
Richard
is real
Jenkins.
shit.
No, listen to me very carefully. I 100% ate human being when I was in Istanbul. 100%. 100%. I've told you again. It's not a story. I
Why, was
swear
there a
to you,
fingernail in it?
it might as well have been.
Oh.
Right?
Seasoning goes with that. Poultry,
I couldn't
Poultry,
finish
for sure.
it because I knew what it was.
Old man.
I knew it was some guy's thigh. It was kalagalagi over there they had at the
Oh, were they taking strips off of him in the back?
Yeah, no, you think I'm joking. That's what happened. They fed him to the tourists. And I'm over there, and drunk Rick went into a place that you would never walk into. Drunk. Let me tell you something. Drunk Rafik it's kind of actually it's awesome. But you get in, but then then because of his decision, I ended up like eating kalogi. The guy who disappeared over there in the Turkey in the Capitol building, they disappeared him, but I ate him, but not all of them.
Well, that's how you get rid of the evidence. Like
Yeah, they
this.
satriali'd it. They just pork stored it up for me.
They can
Absolutely.
make a taco out of anything.
But it was
really.
not delicious. I've
It's a
heard that
buche.
they taste a little
It's a
like
little buche.
It wasn't a hamburger. It was pink. It was beef. It was like turkey. It was like pork. It was
Oh.
it was a man's ankle, Tim. Don't you question it. I ate Senator Kalogi from Turkey's ankle. All right? Between two pieces of stale bread. And I don't remember if there might have been fries. I think I ate the fries.
Hopefully that was good.
But I
fries.
left.
Yeah.
I left the heel.
Yeah. Richard Jenkins was the author. I mean, the
Richard
actor
Jenkins.
that you were referring to.
Is there a
Dang.
visual? This is a video podcast.
Yeah, throw up that pic.
Okay, I got a visual for you.
But it's well done. I mean, I saw 2 episodes. It's well shot. The marketing look of it is cool. It's like, oh, okay. That looks fun.
This
fella.
guy.
Yeah.
But can we
You want to get a
open
good
up the
one?
picture? Yes, thank you. Yeah, everyone knows him.
Oh yeah.
His ears looked very big in the episode because it was like a side shot.
Yeah.
He has old man ears, which I am getting, and
Oh, yeah, they keep growing, right?
they keep
Yeah, your
going.
whole life, your nose and your ears.
Never
That's
ends.
something to look forward to.
And they're like snowflakes.
How soon would you rat someone out? So let's say Tim Hall, right? One day his wife's getting a little lippy. He picks up his pizza maker. He Bruce Banners his entire wood brick pizza oven and says, "You want a hole in the wall?
I'll show you a hole in the wall. Yeah.
And he throws it and it crashes. And then he's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I probably shouldn't have done that. But now
Yeah,
dead
what's done is
forever."
done. Yeah.
So he calls you Oh, so you walk in. So you walk into a studio. This has just happened. Okay? Like just happened. He's freaking out. The dog's barking.
Did
right?
you paint it here?
And you walked into a studio. Would you rat him out? What would you do?
I would say, look, you don't have to worry about cleaning it up, but you're going to have to put on a wig and go to work because someone's got to replace what's happening over there. That's the most important part of that situation. So, he's going to have to.
And when Tim was like, we got to get rid of the body.
He's going to have to cycle.
Would you help him get rid of the body?
Well, the best friend will help you move a body, yes. I would help Tim.
Jeez, I'd turn everybody.
I'm surprised, Cliff, that you would help move the body.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. People knowing about me, one thing I can do is keep a secret.
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah.
Put that in the
Go ahead and smash that like button if you like all people. Right?
And you don't have to go to Starbucks to get the tea. Am I right?
Tiny Tim's TikToks.
Holy moly.
Are they still trying to get gas?
That music did not match.
Was he like, I don't give a cut. My car's fucked up and I still need gas. Like, I still need to get to work.
Was he smoking or was that just the car's?
It all happened so fast. It imploded on itself.
Can you play the very top?
Yeah.
So but why does it look like he has?
How did he notice so quick though? The mood, that's the reflex.
Why is he putting the gas now on old cars, such as the classic automobile in which I have? When it doesn't start, you put a little gasoline
just
on the top there, but
they must have had the car still on. They must have never turned the engine on and then tried to gas it.
Welcome to New York City.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad.
She's probably a musical theater major. She's probably going to Oberlin doing a character study.
Probably.
So she's just...
Oh, she's peeing.
She's just...
I get it now.
But she has
I guess they don't have
no expression.
Gas station.
Like she gave no fuck.
Not even a relieved expression.
She's at the gas station. Yeah. You made it to the gas station, but she's peeing through her pants.
Yeah, in the car though. Like
into the car.
You're pissing onto your own car. Like why don't you squat next to the car outside? She's too late.
It's got to be drugs or drinking or something, right?
Or just bad bladder and you didn't give a fuck.
Maybe that could be true.
Got a case of bad bladder.
No, women, they laugh, they pee a little bit.
Yeah, maybe she was listening to some very funny comedy.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Zulus for 2000. Take a look. Here, as on each September 24th, Zulus celebrate a holiday that was named in honor of this warrior leader of the early 1800s. Sarah.
Who is Shaka Khan?
No. Who is Shaka Zulu? Shaka.
Thank you, white woman, for your history lesson. Shaka Khan.
Close.
Shaka Khan got way more credit than Shaka Zulu.
I would have loved it if he was like, "Now, do you mean Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan?"
I bathe in my own urine every day. Whatever I've collected, because I always have these jars going, I just throw in my bathwater.
Okay.
Hey, why? If you're caught in an avalanche, yes, drink it. You will die. Bring out a sock. It's sterile to you, but only for so long you can do it, or you will kill yourself. Oh, wow.
But it's a waste product. That's what I don't get.
But it's your own
already
waste.
Rejected it.
It's your own waste, so you can't get sick from it, and it is astringent, like acidic, and it does have a heavy water base.
Good Lord.
So can we just see the top of that again? That is what appears to be a constipated elephant, in which a lovely animal care worker
Oh God, do they have gloves?
pulls the
Definitely
poop
in the splash
from the
zone.
butthole, and right?
Oh.
They were unprepared.
Yay.
They were unprepared. They were unprepared.
They're wearing like the Niagara Falls
Yeah.
$2 covers that come with.
I'd die. I would rather die than have that job.
That's a rough job. I'd want to put on more like, I feel like a beekeeper has more protection than they had on.
I feel like animals can do okay without us. They would have figured this out.
You think another elephant would have pulled it out?
They have a finger on their trunk. They have ways.
So in the words of my late friend Aretha Franklin, show some RESPICT.
Well, that's close. It's close.
You probably would not have spelled Aretha right either.
Speaking of Aretha Franklin, what other P videos do we have here? Ooh, now
Now I
that
gotta
is clearly
go.
Hooters. There we go.
Well, that was
Yeah,
a
so
situation.
It's been another.
This is another episode of UnNecessary Talking Brian Sturges, not that Brian Sturges. Follow me, Mr. Brian Sturges. Follow me, Mr. Brian Sturges Comedy. Mr. Brian Sturges Comedy. Follow him at Clippies Music. Follow him at Mr. Clippies Music. At Black Clippies Music. Follow Team 11 Studios. 11 Studios. Follow us. See you next Tuesday!
We did it,
I
guys.
just peed a little bit myself.
Hey, there's people trying to sleep.
You know, with an ordinary suction cleaner, you can work and work away, and there's still dirt to remove it. Here's the secret. Leave it out.
If your old vacuum cleaner's about had it, don't throw it out. Trade it in.
Sucks up dust.
On a brand new Hoover. A brand new Hoover. A brand new Hoover.
So only Hoover beats as it sweeps, as it beats, as it sweeps, as it cleans.
That old vacuum of yours is worth something. There are lots of great Hoover cleaners to choose from. So come on in and let's trade. Trade.
We asked Thomas here how he thinks vacuums work. And he replied, "This is just my job. I don't give a fuck about vacuums." Ha ha! Well said, Thomas.